God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Love in this light. Here's God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn. Peace, world, peace. Welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks, baby. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior. Yep. Here on this Tuesday, September 5th. I'm sorry, September. Woo, child. July 5th. Yeah, it's July 5th. And we're here together. So glad to be here. I'm just here for a quick spell to talk about some of these headlines. Let's see who's here. What's going on, Wow Wayne? No. Chrissy, Hazel, Easy Rider. Very good to see you this afternoon. It's a different time for me, but throughout the week, I'm just popping on when I can. Just all I can do. So I try to give a little bit of a heads up, but here we go. I think first we should, obviously, if you're here in the States, and you know that yesterday was July 4th, of course, and you may or may not have celebrated. Well, whatever you ended up doing was far better than those in Highland Park, Illinois, who attended a particular parade that was at some point ambushed by violence, and lots of it. Yep, there was a shooter on a rooftop who managed to kill 6 people and injure dozens more with his assault rifle. I was going to read some of the details, but honestly, I don't know that I really need to. I just want to acknowledge the lives that were, sacrificed this day, and send prayers and love out to people who are recovering and still suffering, of course, family, friends, loved ones of those who transition. And, it's just really tragic. At this point, it's an attack on our so-called freedom that we were celebrating yesterday, as individuals and the collective, by the government. So if my channel gets shut down after this, you know why. But I'm going to say by the government, until gun laws and other precautions and safeguards are put into place as preventative measures, no one is safe, because it's kind of too late to go back and try to collect them. You can't collect these guns. No one's safe, not anywhere. We've seen this over and over and over again in this country. I was listening to another YouTuber about how, I think she was talking about Jamaica in particular, but about how other countries look at us. They might be poorer, might not have as many opportunities to advance themselves materially, but they're not getting shot down and targeted as a people. They're not going to public venues and with the back of their mind that this could be it. Am I sacrificing my life to go to a concert, a parade? They're just living. It's hard to just live when you have those types of thoughts. And maybe not about yourself, but your children. A lot of us have grown children. Some of y'all are grandparents. What kind of world is this for them? And this is not me fueling fear, but sending a message to you specifically to take measures to protect yourself from the inside out. Pray, meditate, keep your chakras open and churning. If you don't know anything about chakras, look it up. CHAKRAS. Everything is energy. And we each have our own field of energy that we have to manage. And the chakras is a part of that. It's like our engine. I'm telling you, it just takes acknowledgement, gratitude, and just pray to God. That's what we can do as individuals, to increase our chances here. not just fulfilling our mission here, but living, just living. It's a war zone out there by design. I'm gonna add, it's not no accident. So keep your armor intact, your inner armor. Like I said, prayer for protection, love, faith, high vibes, high frequency. You can manage this without any outside interference. This is between you and God. But speaking of outside interference, your friends at Switzerland-based Scientific Research Center, CERN, are right now, this very moment, and I haven't been on their website, they're said to be putting this live, but they're conducting an experiment, continuing their research on creation or the Big Bang, whatever creation story you buy into, they're looking into how. Yeah, they're interjecting or interfering, I'll say, interfering with the current Earth frequency in order to discover how this world began. Yeah, they want to figure it out. They don't believe that God just said, let there be light, let there be, Genesis for them is not accurate enough. But they've been doing this for years. But now they want to include dark matter. And see, that's something separately different. And actually hella dangerous. Emphasis on hell. Again, not to instill fear, but instead empowering you with information so you can know where to focus your prayer, your meditation, all around inner power. Inner power that is your birthright as a child of God. Yeah, I'm making up for a shot of love. I didn't do it yesterday or the day before, but we having it for this moment. But yeah, this inner power is your birthright as a child of God, the true source. But yeah, find me on IG, Twitter, TikTok for more and continued updates. But we can move on. My information is in the description of this video as well as the about section of this channel. But yeah, let it soak in. Okay, so let me see what you guys are saying. Hi, Hazel. Yes, this is one of the main reasons why I chose to be child free. Oh, wow, that's deep. That is deep. Wow. I felt that. All right. Woo. I didn't even expect to all go like that, but I guess it had to be said. So, but yeah, let's talk about R. Kelly. There's some extras. The music changed and everything. I didn't even that was not by my doing. All right, let me get my vibe back up because I was all right. Let me snap out of it. So yeah, R. Kelly, just a quick update. There's a filing, that whole suicide accusation or claims that he was suicidal actually really came from his lawyer. The prison putting him on suicide watch wasn't public information. It wasn't put on the media, wasn't broadcasting it. We learned this from his attorney because she filed a lawsuit against the prison just that fast. As soon as she was expecting, let's just say this. She already knew they were going to put him on suicide watch because she's an attorney, not a spring chicken either. She knows what she's doing. She very well knew that they were going to put him on suicide watch as they did after his conviction. And they probably had done so prior when he didn't get bond, maybe. I'm just saying that this is protocol sometimes for depending on the situation. And I feel like she was already prepared. She knew this was happening and she had already had the paperwork ready to go. Because within, I would say that day, we were getting reports that she filed a lawsuit against the prison. So let me just pull up the docs. I'm not going to necessarily put them on the screen. I don't think it's necessary. But so she filed this complaint. And there was a quality control check by the attorney. So she filed a quality control check, it looks like. And then the government filed a letter in opposition. But while all this is going on, he's already off of suicide watch. That's just how fast that happens. They watch you for a couple days, make sure you ain't, gonna try to take your life or do something to somebody else, probably because you got a big sentence. But he's already off. Now, I don't know if the complaint, because she literally asked for monetary damages. She want money from the prison for this. Let me pull up the main filing document here. Yeah, she's asking for an award of punitive damages in an amount to be determined at trial, an award of pre and post judgment interest, attorney's fees and costs, any such relief of the court that the court may seem proper and just, compensatory damages for all emotional distress, humiliation, pain, and suffering, and other harm in amount to be determined at trial. Isn't that crazy? She's literally asking for him to be paid and for her to be paid, with the attorney's costs being included in this, because he was put on suicide watch by the prison protocol, okay, in these circumstances. And that just says to me, she is really just money hungry, clout chasing out here. Like, I'm just like, you're taking the time and energy and resources to file this suit, asking for money for damages, emotional stress, this and that, when in actuality, all of that emotional stress and damage and all of that is coming from the fact that he was convicted and sentenced, which at the end of the day is because of his own actions, his and those of his enterprise. So to turn around and try to sue the prison to try to compensate him for his suffering is ridiculous. Anybody who's championing this woman is just doing so in the name of him and their misguided love, whatever it is that they have for this man, because I don't see anything professionally great in her case. I really don't. Faye Branch, welcome. I don't think she's doing pro bono. Didn't mean to scare you, Faye, but yeah, it's rough out there. He's in jail currently. Easy Rider. I don't think he's been transported to prison. I don't know that he's been assigned where he's going to prison yet, because he's still facing Chicago. And how does that work? He's in New York, I believe, still, having just been convicted and sentenced to 30 years. That 30 years is a New York conviction. So that's where he's supposed to be spending his time, whatever prison they assign him to there. But facing Chicago, Illinois federal also. How does that work? Does New York get their time first, and then once they get their 30 years upon conviction in Illinois, he gets transferred to Illinois after that? Or are they going to consolidate everything, both, jurisdictions? I don't think so. But this stuff will unfold. His own brother said he would not be able to handle 30 years. He won't be able to handle 30 years. I don't know if you guys, I did a video not long ago about somebody who had been incarcerated near him, close enough and earshot enough, where they said they heard enough to feel like he's going to make it to trial. They are to the sentencing. They felt like he is weak and won't. When they say won't make it, they're insinuating suicide. Beautiful spirit, welcome. But yeah, this is crazy to me. The lawyer is out of her god dang mind. Are you crazy? Suing the prison? I guess this is what they do though. Can't have no singing. But yeah, we by suing the prison, aren't the prisons funded by the people? Isn't this tax money? Like, I just feel like she's just somebody who's taking advantage, and she's taking advantage of her position. I doubt if she is doing a pro bono work, she's getting it all back in publicity. Nothing ain't free. Nothing's free to this woman, especially. And, she just came off of losing in Bill Cosby's civil case. She's supposedly representing Keith Raniere, who was sentenced to 120 years for very similar crimes to R. Kelly. She's handling his appeal. She's all about money. These things are not from her heart. She's just so impassioned about these Black men, these entertainers who aren't getting fair treatment by the government. No, this woman is about her coin, her dollar. Suing the prison for something that's already over. That suicide watch, he's up off of that already. Okay. It says it right in the documents. But yeah, she's looking for damages. I'm just looking at these documents she filed. Yeah, they're just saying, they placed a mentally stable person into harsh conditions of the suicide watch. So she's right there saying he's mentally stable. So doesn't that actually go against what all those psychiatrists and psychologists said in his sentencing memo that she submitted to the court? All these mental issues this man has suffered because of this trauma and damage that the world has caused him all over throughout his life, giving him a just cause to inflict others. But here, let me pull this up. I ain't lying. But I want to show you. Okay. Oh, messed up my music. So number 43. Okay, so what we're looking at is so she has causes of action, okay, for the negligence. It says she filed this in to combat the suicide watch that he was placed on. Now, number 43 sticks out to me. Employees of the United States know that by placing a mentally stable person into the harsh conditions of suicide watch, they will cause mental distress and other physical injury to the person. Being that she's filing this on his behalf, she's calling him a mentally stable person, right? Yeah. Yep. So I'm not going to go, it's nonsense, but let me look up, let's see what the final word is on this situation. I'm just clicking away at these documents. Hold on. And I said I wasn't doing these documents publicly no more, but I wasn't planning on bringing them up. Okay, so she filed that complaint, then she filed a motion to show cause with exhibits. Actually, let me see what exhibit she filed. I'm curious. I didn't even see this. She filed a lot of them, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go through this separate, and I'll do a separate post in the members channel. That's what I'll do, because this is actually interesting. Okay. Okay, this is from the government. Let me bring up this one and then we'll move on. So, the government responds as they do to, this is to the clerk. And she's addressing the warden, who they're the defendants in the case, actually. And they go through the background, being, that she filed this thing on the 1st of July, like 2 days later, after the sentencing. They said she wanted to obtain a temporary restraining order or a preliminary injunction to remove him from suicide watch. And it says today, on July 5th, which is today, the Bureau of Prisons has informed the undersigned that plaintiff has been removed from suicide watch. Thus, in addition to the arguments set forth in the government's memorandum in opposition to the plaintiff's motion should be denied as moot. It's a whole moot point. Shouldn't even have happened. They go on to cite other cases, and at the end, they basically say, nor may plaintiff argue that this case falls under voluntary cessation or capable of repetition. Exceptions to the mootness doctrine. Okay, so they put some things in place so they can't come back and make any other declarations around this situation. I don't know how they're going to handle the things she's asking for, the compensation and whatnot, but I will read this more thoroughly, and I'll bring this to the member channel, and we can get into it there, because it's a lot more than I had thought about. I thought it was. I didn't even actually fully read everything. Breon Peace, United States Attorney. Shout out to him. He's put in a lot of work here. So yeah, that happened. Can you believe that? The nerve. How is she being paid? That I don't know. There's a thing they call attorney-client privilege. All the business is not public. Like I said, if she is pro bono, this money and publicity can't be. This publicity she's getting can't be bought. It's expensive. This PR and stuff and entertainment. She got that Bill Cosby money though. The nerve of BJ asking for money for emotional distress. Exactly. Are you serious right now? They should be able to claim some type of mental something about her for this right here. Nobody talked her out of this filing? Or is this just what her firm does? Maybe she's just advertising herself right now, letting people know, even though you're doomed to like R. Kelly, I won't stop working for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do way more than his past attorneys did. They didn't file one thing in 3 years. She's like, yeah, let me show you what I can do. Even though she know it's bullshit. She know it ain't going to work. She like, I can do more than this heifer right here. I did more than what she did. Yeah. Even though he was against all this evidence and got convicted and sentenced to 30 years, I am still doing my job. Filing a lawsuit because they are putting him under suicide watch. And I'm going to ask for money. I'm going to show them what a real lawyer does. I think that's just what her point was. Because outside of that, this was ridiculous. Just ridiculous. So I do want to, let's move on. I want to give a big old shout out to Ketanji, is it Ketanji or Ketanji? Let me look it up real quick. Ketanji Brown Jackson. She's been officially sworn in as the first Black woman SCOTUS, or Supreme Court, judge. So congrats out to her. That wasn't an easy feat. Okay, she went through serious vetting process, as they do. So yeah, they're just reporting that she was officially sworn in. Now it says today, but actually this is from June 30th, so I'm a little late. But yeah, shout out to her for that. And shout out to Rihanna, because Rihanna is also said to now be, she's going to be the newest, or the first. Is she the first female Black billionaire of her own accord? Let me look Rihanna up. All right, this is from Newsweek. Rihanna dethrones Kylie Jenner as the youngest woman self-made billionaire. And I'm going to just say, Kylie Jenner was not ever officially that. If you guys recall, she was outed by Forbes. They were fudging numbers and everything else. So we will just say that, Rihanna did that, the first to do it. I'm going to read a little bit. It says Rihanna is the youngest woman to be named on Forbes' annual list of self-made billionaire women in the U.S., giving her a title once bestowed upon Kylie Jenner before it was unceremoniously snatched away. Barbados-born Rihanna, 34, launched what would become a hugely successful pop career in the aughts, before going on to expand her fortune with her Fenty Beauty cosmetics line, which she co-owns with French luxury retailer LVMH. According to Forbes, the line generated more than $550 million in revenue in 2020 alone, while her Savage X Fenty lingerie line, which she holds a 30% stake, raised money at a $1 billion valuation in February 2021. Rihanna sits among a host of businesswomen in the prestigious business publication's America's Richest Self-Made Women list, on which she appears in 21st position with a fortune of $1.4 billion. Yeah, shout out to her. They go on to say Oprah Winfrey, 68, is the 10th with $2.6 billion. And they say that Rihanna has also launched a charity, Clara Lionel Foundation, since hitting fame, spoke about her approach to wealth in a 20 interview with New York Times Magazine. They quoted her saying, my money is not for me. It's always the thought that I can help someone else. Yes. The world can really make you believe that the wrong things are priority, and it makes you really miss the core of life, what it means to be alive. That is amazing, those quotes. Yeah. I stand by those quotes. I stand by $1 billion too. Can I see that? So they say the next youngest person to be named on Forbes list is Kim Kardashian, 41, who sits in 16th position with a $1.8 billion fortune. Kim's like, don't look me over. My sister was lying, but I'm the real thing over here. Okay. I've been doing it longer. And if it wasn't for me, that half wouldn't even be known. That's me saying that, but I'm just saying. But yeah, they say that 1.8 billion is thanks to, in large, by her cosmetics and fragrance company KKW Beauty and her shapewear enterprise Skims. Now they're saying nowhere to be found. Here comes the shade. Nowhere to be found on the list is Kardashian's sister Jenner, who in 2020 was named on Forbes' World's Youngest Billionaires list, only for the title to be taken away amid the publication's allegations of discrepancies on tax documents. And see, that's messed up, because Kim was, I believe Kim, if she wasn't on the list yet, it would have taken away her shine, because they're saying the youngest, and she's younger than Kim. So no matter what list she's on with Kim, she's going to be the youngest. She's always going to have that title. So that's messed up that they fudged those numbers and got her on that list trying to outshine her sister. Shame on them. They did say in 2020, Forbes, there's an expose that recalculated the numbers and found discrepancies in her net worth. The report examined revenue made before and after the pandemic struck. Jenner's fortune was at the time of the article reported to be under 900 million below the billionaire ranking. And we call those rich people problems, okay? Because other people are out here after this pandemic looking for, stability, looking for jobs and housing, looking for love, child. People are out here hurting, and they out here squabbling over who's the first billionaire or the youngest. But nevertheless, Rihanna earned that, and nobody should be trying to take that away from her. So let me come back to these comments. Faye says the money, and she's talking about R. Kelly. The money would help with his appeal in her eyes. Oh, I'm sure the money would help with her bank account in her eyes. That money was going to come in handy for a lot of things. How can you sue for something that is standard protocol? Great question. That's what I want to know. Where is she licensed out of? Bongine, where is Bongine licensed out of? Jennifer Bongine. Is she out of Illinois? We could look that up. Hey, Thomas. What's going on? Thanks for your patience. Yes, happy late 4th. It has been a while. Hope you're doing well, Donna. Thank you, Faye. But yeah, let's see. Bill Cosby was going to get off from the technicality whether she represented him or not. It would have been discovered. They would have been discovered that error. Exactly. Steve Greenberg would have got him off on that. Okay. So yeah, she is the loser all the way around. She's the biggest loser. NV1 Higgins, welcome and hello. Hey, Queen. Look, I was only here for a minute. I come in with my afternoon tea or morning tea or evening tea or whatever that is, and it's a quick one. But again, I'm going to go back to look through this paperwork for the lawsuit and see what else she's talking about. And the government, they of course want to combat everything. So they give us a lot of information with these filings, whether or not they mean to, but outside of that, I think I'm going to call it again, prayers to everyone who lost someone in this tragic mass shooting yesterday, Highland Park, Illinois. You think you're going to a parade just to have a good day off of work, good day with your family, and some weirdo wants to come and play out some video game fantasy. Or I don't know, maybe he's possessed. They say he was a loner living in the back of his mama's house. And I think they said he lost his job during the pandemic. So he wasn't doing much of nothing. Who knows what he was doing? He might be devil worshiping, listening to some stuff backwards, conjuring up spirits. We don't know what he was doing, but we do know this. He was Caucasian and he is still alive, as per the usual when it comes to these suspects, these perpetrators, right? But yet we have so many young men dying still at the police's violent, trigger-happy fingers. There was yet another one recently. I haven't been reporting on them as they come, just because, I deal with this stuff. I just pray for people and keep it moving. Because, we can only do what we can do. Some people are meant to do more in certain situations than others. Like, for instance, me and this R. Kelly thing. If, y'all ain't out here with no channels fighting against this thing, right? Or trying to basically keep the truth in the news versus what these supporters or super fans want to put out there. But I'm here for it. I'm following up on my assignment. I know what's up for me. And I'm glad you guys are here to support that, because just because y'all don't have a channel, not just because, but because you don't, because who has time for this really, and not get paid for it? You're here supporting otherwise though, right? So without y'all, there would be no me. So yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in here for this information. I'm just checking my notes to make sure I covered everything that I wanted to cover this afternoon. Oh, I did have more I wanted to say a little about Rihanna. I had some notes on her. Let's again, congrats on her success with Fenty Beauty. And what a way to leverage your popularity, honestly, until $1 billion plus. And she's young. So yet there's still more money to make and more people to help. And I'm hoping that she is helping people. Having good products and a good team goes a long way. And her impending billionaire, or her billionaire status, not impending, but they say they verified it, has outrun the liar that is Kylie Jenner. I'm just saying, she lied. And whether or not it was her mother, her team, her tax accountant, whoever the information came from, at the end of the day, when it's your name, your face, your brand, it's you. So, you got to take accountability for that. But yeah, Forbes outed her. But yeah, big ups to Rihanna for showing us, all of us, not just young ones, but all of us, how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Ashanti, Stephanie Birch. I don't know. Wash hands. What is that? But yeah, showing us all how it's done. And she came from a lot of adversity. If you remember the beating she got from former boyfriend Chris Brown, she was probably at her lowest point at that time. But she has overcome the victimhood of that, and is better off than ever today. She has a new son. She's a new mom. Maybe she has love in her life. I don't know what that situation is with her and dude, or any dude, but I would greatly hope she loves herself, and I'm sure she loves that son of hers. But it's a great lesson on overcoming. Chris Brown is meanwhile complaining about being shunned by, he just released a new album, I guess, and he was online talking about how they only focus on him when there's negativity around him. I think he just has more inner work to do. But kudos to him for not giving up, because he could have very well run and hid, but he didn't. He's still out here doing his thing. Another great lesson. There's lessons to be learned on all sides. Keep going no matter what. Yeah. Onward and upward, baby. And on that note, I'm out. Till next time, y'all. Thank you again. Bye.